We all have that one person. The coworker who takes credit for your ideas. The family member who knows exactly how to push your buttons. The driver who cuts you off in traffic and sends your blood pressure soaring. These interactions can hijack our day, steal our peace, and leave us feeling frustrated and powerless. But what if I told you there's an ancient, battle-tested playbook for not just tolerating these people, but actually using these moments to become stronger, calmer, and more resilient? This isn't about changing them, it's about upgrading your internal operating system. And that, my friends, is a promise of real freedom. Look, it's easy to feel like our happiness is at the mercy of how other people behave. We spend so much mental energy wishing they would just be more considerate, more reasonable, or just different. We rehearse arguments in the shower, we vent to our friends, we let the frustrations simmer for hours. But the Stoics would say this is like letting someone else hold the remote control to your own mind. The core objective of this video is simple. I'm going to give you back that remote. We're going to turn frustrating people into your greatest training partners for a peaceful mind. To do this, we need two powerful Stoic ideas. The first is the cornerstone of all Stoic practice, the dichotomy of control. The philosopher Epictetus said our main job is to separate things into two categories: what's in our control and what's not. In our control are our thoughts, judgments, actions, and responses. That's it. What's not in our control? Basically, everything else: the weather, the economy, and crucially, how other people behave. Trying to control the uncontrollable is the direct path to frustration. Focusing on what we can control is where our true power lies. It's our internal compass. The second idea is a game changer, viewing others as training partners. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius would wake up and tell himself he was going to meet meddling, ungrateful, and arrogant people. He didn't do this to complain, but as a form of mental inoculation. He saw these encounters not as annoyances, but as chances to practice his own virtues: patience, understanding, and self-control. Just like a weightlifter needs resistance to build muscle, we need difficult people to build our character. Think about it. Our default reaction to a difficult person is to get angry, to argue, to prove them wrong. We want them to see that they're being unreasonable. But what does this actually accomplish? We give away our peace. We surrender our focus. We let their negativity become our negativity. We are playing their game by their rules. The Stoic approach is to stop playing that game entirely. It's to realize the real battle isn't with them. It's with our own judgments and reactions. Okay, let's bring this down to earth. Here are three common scenarios. First, the undermining colleague. The problem: you're in a meeting and a colleague dismisses your ideas in front of your boss. The typical reaction is a rush of anger and humiliation. You snap back or shut down. The Stoic reframe: apply the dichotomy of control. Can you control their rudeness? No. Can you control your response? Yes. This person is now your training partner for poise. Your actionable steps: 1. Pause and breathe. Create a space between their action and your reaction. 2. Refocus on your goal. It's not to win a fight, but to be heard. Calmly say, "Thanks for that input. As I was saying, you control your own frame." 3. Later, analyze it objectively. Their rudeness becomes data for your growth. Second, the critical family member, the problem. An in-law makes a passive-aggressive comment about your life choices. The typical reaction: you get defensive and feel that old sting. The Stoic reframe: their opinion is entirely outside your control. It's a product of their life and values, not a reflection of your worth. This is your training partner for inner tranquility. Your actionable steps: 1. Mentally agree and amplify. It robs the comment of its power. 2. Respond with calm indifference. A simple smile and, "We're very happy with our choices, thanks." Then, change the subject. This often disarms the person. Third, the anonymous online troll. The problem: a stranger leaves a nasty, insulting comment on your post. The typical reaction: shock, anger, and personal hurt. the Stoic reframe. Epictetus would say, their comment is just an external event, pixels on a screen. The sting you feel is your judgment. This is your training partner for emotional detachment, your actionable steps. 1. Ask yourself, is this within my control? Their comment isn't, your reaction is. 2. Consider the source. Why give weight to the opinion of a stranger? As Seneca said, a person with a poor opinion of you likely has a poor opinion of themselves first. 3. Practice pity or indifference. See it, acknowledge it as noise, and move on with your day. Do not engage. Do you see the pattern here? In every case, the power isn't in changing the other person. The power is in mastering your internal response. This isn't about being a robot or suppressing your emotions. It's about choosing which emotions to engage with. It's about recognizing that your peace of mind is your most valuable asset, and it's too important to hand over to a rude coworker, a critical relative, or an anonymous troll. When you consistently practice this, you're not just managing stress, you're building an internal fortress. You become less reactive, a better decision maker, and the calm, steady presence that other people look to when things get chaotic. You reclaim your energy for things that actually matter. So how do you make this a habit? Here are 3 simple practices. First, the morning prep. Take 30 seconds each morning, like Marcus Aurelius. Tell yourself you will encounter difficult people today. Remind yourself that their actions are not in your control, but your responses are. This preloads the Stoic mindset. Second, the what can I control filter. Whenever you feel that spark of frustration, immediately run it through that filter. Ask yourself, what in this exact moment is actually up to me? It will almost always be your breath, your perspective, and your next action. Third, keep a training log. In a note or journal, briefly write down one interaction with a difficult person. Note your gut reaction, then how you could have reframed it. This turns every day into a Stoic lesson. Dealing with difficult people will never go away. It is a fundamental part of the human experience. But you're suffering because of them? That is entirely option. By focusing on what you control, your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, you are not just finding a coping mechanism. You are stepping into a source of personal power that no one can ever take away from you. You become the master of your own mind, the captain of your soul. That is the promise of being a real-life Stoic. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, what is one difficult situation you face regularly, where you can apply the dichotomy of control? Sharing it can help both you and others in this community. And if you found this guide valuable, please give this video a like and subscribe to Real Life Stoic for more practical wisdom for modern life. It truly helps the channel grow. Finally, be sure to share this with someone you think it might help. Thank you for watching. Stay strong and stay tranquil.